The ANC says Secretary General Ace Magashule will write to the National Prosecuting Authority to establish the veracity of his alleged pending arrest.
Yeah, now independent newspapers last night reported that an arrest warrant has been issued for Magashule in relation to corruption in the Frieda dairy farm scandal that went down during his time as Free State Premier. But the Hawks have vehemently denied issuing any such a warrant and have in fact dismissed the story as fake news. Now, ANC spokesperson Pule Mabe says the party will only comment once it's further established some of those facts. All right, with that, let's bring in the ANC spokesperson Pule Mabe, who joins us now live via our video link. Mr. Mabe, thanks for always making time to chat to us. Welcome once again to the AM Report. Let me start, as always, by trying to establish what we know so far as fact in this matter. What can you tell us?
Well, morning and morning to your good viewers. We did speak to Newsroom yesterday, and we will convey exactly the message that we conveyed, that there were these rumors of the imminent arrest of the Secretary General. The Secretary General has since taken a responsible stand to be able to engage with the relevant authorities to establish the factual, whether there is any authenticity or factual basis of these rumors doing rounds. Once facts have been gathered, and the African National Congress is in a clear understanding of what is happening here, the party he leads will also be able to come in and reflect on this.
When you say they're just rumors, does this mean the ANC's Secretary General found out through the media, or have there been murmurs and speculation before this was essentially leaked to the media, so to speak?
Well, there could be numerous other ways through which a rumor mill plays itself out. Safe to say that this has now gotten everyone's attention, and it is being attended to in the manner that the Secretary General has elected to act.
Part of what's been said since those reports emerged is that there's a well-orchestrated usage of state organs to fight internal ANC battles. Is this how you see this development too?
Well, it is important that those that might have information around the use or abuse of state resources to advance this or that factional battle, they use internal party platforms to make all of us aware so that appropriate actions could be taken. It is not desirable that state apparatus could be utilized in the advance of party political activities.
There have also been questions now being raised about on what basis the Secretary General is in fact asking the NPA to be involved. I mean, my understanding is that he's written to the NPA to this end. Many people suggesting that this might amount to political meddling of some kind. Your response to that?
Well, it is not meddling. If you pick up an issue that is widespread, doing the rounds like that, if it is not, especially in our country where social media has become a very important platform of information dissemination, if you do not establish the authenticity of this, it has got a way of growing legs. We have seen how issues easily grow legs in this country. So when citizens, I mean every citizen, even yourself, if there are issues that you pick up that involve you, and as rumors that you feel might be affecting your own person or standing, you are welcomed to actually take the appropriate steps. Every citizen has got that right. There's really nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, he can clarify the rumors the ways through which he sees fit. What I'm trying to allude to is why rope in specifically the National Prosecuting Authority?
Well, of course. I even used the word authorities. I mean, this the NPA prosecutorial authorities are the ones that would really prefer charges and all of that, and then the Hawks would then be the one that carry out such an arrest. You know, so that is how it works.
Sorry, I'm not really understanding you correctly. The National Prosecuting Authority is meant to be seen as operating as an independent body without necessarily people who have the kind of stature that the Secretary General has being necessarily, interfering in how they work. And so can you just further clarify for us why specifically the NPA is being the one that's being approached insofar as this matter is concerned?
Well, I thought that it is the NPA that effectively would prefer charges. The Hawks would go on to make arrests. So it is just as simple as that. It's not necessarily any conflation. The African National Congress, including all of its leaders, will never at any given time take a stand or a position that seeks to suggest that they do not have faith in our law enforcement agencies. We believe that the law enforcement agencies, whether it's the Hawks, the NPA, should all operate independently like that, including our own courts, the judges. We do not really interfere in their work. It is us in the ANC who have always spoken about upholding the independence of the judiciary. And it will be us who always rise to protect and defend the independence of our law enforcement agencies.
All right. Before we let you go, I understand a lot of this is still in the air. Are you able to say as yet when you're expecting clarity on this matter?
Well, of course, as soon as we are aware of the full facts, in the same way that we were available to speak to yourselves towards midnight last night, we will always be available to give that clarity to the media and to the South African public.
All right, let's leave it there. Thanks very much for coming on once again to give our audience this morning a roundup of what you know so far. Pule Mabe speaks for the African National Congress. They say where there's smoke, there's usually fire, and I imagine something like this is certainly not going to douse down anytime soon. Hopefully, the ANC spokesperson will keep to his word, in fact, and avail himself as soon as those details are available, even just to us, because there is also that possibility.
Look, there's a lot of chatter on social media this morning that this may be some kind of ploy by factions in the ANC. We'll, of course, continue to unpack that story and what it means for our country and for our fight against corruption, perhaps, as well.